be fun in there, but I wasn't.
He's like, sometimes I feel like he'd rather be in the chat than sitting on the camera with us.
No, because he'd be like, well, that's why he'd be asking what we be talking about. He'd be like, yeah, okay.
And then be talking, and I'd be looking and seeing him in the chat.
What's going on? I forgot.
Or they'd be like, man, Charlie look mad bored. All right, so we're live, okay?
Let go.
Thank you guys so much for joining us for episode 1 of Loki. It finally started. Unfortunately, it's on Wednesdays, so that makes us do these on like Fridays or Thursdays and Fridays are our days that we have lined up for the season. We have guests for every episode, so I'm really excited. And I'm super excited for our guests today. We've got Leash, Capeesh, and we've got Raven. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Do you have it? Go ahead. Do the...
Do I have it? Is it going to work today? See,
you gotta talk while you do it. Forget
you hear it?
know?
No, we don't hear it.
I don't hear it.
I don't hear it.
You gotta talk while you do it.
I'll just... You know, we'll do the...
Right.
You can turn it off and back on.
Did you turn it back on and off again?
No.
Wait, what happened? I missed it. What happened?
His horns.
See, my horn broke.
Can't hear his horns.
No, he gotta we gotta fix it. Go ahead.
One more time.
Go ahead.
Y'all hear?
Wait.
Yeah, you got.
No. All right. Well, y'all
hear that. Wait.
Get Christine.
You have horns, Raven?
I wonder if you guys can hear. Hold on. Can you hear this? Wait. No.
No. Yeah.
No, we can't hear it. We can't hear it. No one's horns are working.
It's working today.
And our other guest, 1/3 of the cyber nerds, we've got Geek Sensei, aka Raven.
Hello.
The deep like leaning.
We heard it a little bit.
Yeah.
I heard a little bit of it.
Insert.
What's happening, people?
Thank you so much for joining us from across the pond. It is, what time for you? 11? 5,
It
10?
is 10:30 in the evening.
So we appreciate you spending your evening with us over here.
I feel like, you know, I always say this whenever I hang out with Christine. I feel like I'm hanging around with the cool kids, you know. So I don't get invited to this kind of stuff over here in the UK. So, you know, it's a privilege being here with the cool kids and shit.
Oh, we thank you. We thank you. Charlie's a butthead, but we still thank you. Okay? We thank you. So, starting off, we're going to start off with an icebreaker. Okay? Even though we don't need to break our ice, it's just kind of something like we do at the start because we all have played with each other, that collabed with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I meant. Thank you. Collabed with each other, streamed or talked, you know, before. So we don't have to worry about that. Okay. Mind you, I remember someone tweeted the clip of Charlie's, like, Charlie, when he said, my heart dropped. And the best reaction is Dwayne.
We're not talking about that.
No, but I'm just saying the best reaction was Dwayne because it hit him slowly. Because at first he didn't hear it, then he heard it. And he's like, just like covers his mouth. So, okay. The icebreaker for today is if you could. Oh, no. I'm going to skip that one because I want a funnier one. Okay.
Okay.
What's the most embarrassing fashion trend you used to rock?
Oh my god.
Like it was something that was a trend that not like the other question that we had that we're not going to revisit, but this is something that was like a trend that you did and you're embarrassed of.
About the triple X long.
Oh, y'all, the big one. I used to get a 4X tall tee.
4X.
You know, like how people used to dress like Soulja Boy, like with the over
boy.
The big, yeah, I remember that because they
big trash bag.
Right. I used to like I had a blanket on, bro. I was like,
you look like a goat.
That is ginormous. And like when I remember our school, the dress code, they came around for those and the snowman T-shirt.
What are you gonna do? Make you go home? Or?
We could wear the snowman T-shirt.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, they would either in school suspend you if you don't have another shirt, or if you changed, then you were fine. But if you didn't have an extra shirt, you get an in school suspension.
I got sent home because I had a Super Mario shirt, but it said Super Marijuana and it was Mario And I made it like all the way to damn near end of school. They gonna finally say something. I'm like, it's like last period.
You might as well go home early. Like,
Oh, no, they sent me home. They basically sent me down like my parents had to bring another shirt, but I was like, yeah, it's too late.
We wore uniforms, so I didn't have a choice.
I couldn't do that.
Right. I'm fortunate enough not to wear anything related to Soldier Boy or anything like that. So I did have my baggy jeans and shirt days when I used to play ball back in the day, but that's just as far as it goes. Other than that, nah. So I didn't go that far. I didn't go that far to Soldier Boy level, man. No, that was a bit too much for us.
Did you have like the Looney Tunes, but they be thugged out?
Oh, you talking about Lot 29 or Lot 21 or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I did have a t-shirt. I did have a t-shirt because I did have one. I ain't gonna lie. I did have one.
It's like, yeah, I did that one. I did.
But I was a basketball player, so it was okay for me to wear it. If you wasn't a basketball player over here in the UK, you couldn't wear those. You know, you start wearing baggy clothes, people look at you sideways like, fam, what you doing, like,
bro?
You know,
no, that's the good old days, man.
You got qualified to wear those kind of, clothes around here.
I had to freaking so like it was like around the stage where everybody was like just starting to say like going ham and turned up everything and swag, and so everybody. I hated this thing. So I got the mohawk like in my head, whatever, and I had like the little grill and a wallet chain. When I say it was so cringy, every time I look at this picture, like what?
I have to see this picture.
Wait, do you have a picture to share?
I had a picture.
I need to see this picture. I need to see this picture.
You had a star?
I had my name on the side, and then I had the mohawk. That junk.
Oh my
I have to see it. Oh.
Yo, we need the picture, man. We need the picture.
Release the pic. Release the pic.
Rubber band chain.
We need evidence.
I
would still rock the rubber band chain today, bro. Those were lit, cause you know how creative and shit. This one dude had the thickest rubber band chain. I was like, yo, he was. Oh no, for the time that joint was like. I was like, damn.
It took a lot of time to make that.
Man in here.
Right?
People were like, they were like, yo, bro, make me one. I was like, that's your cold.
How long did it take him to make the first one?
Damn things. I used to always want one, but I used to always have a girl thing. It's like I don't know. They start like these little
the gap thing.
You braid the plastic.
And I used to like make me one with like colors. And I used to always have to.
I used to love making those. Yes.
I used to make those. Like, how do you do this shit? Like,
I used to make it for keychains. It is. It's hella easy. It's super easy to make.
Very easy.
And they used to have the little, what are the little dice in them with their name on it? That thing was good.
Wait, you said the dice with the name on it?
So one girl put the little beads that you talking about, but then she put.
I just got the little squares. Yeah, I know exactly
Yup.
All right, Jazz and Leash, were there any trending fashion trends that you guys are embarrassed to say you were a part of?
That's too many tequila shots ago. I'm 30. I guess back in like the 2005, 2006, we used to wear like hot pink and hot yellow and with the belts and all of that. I remember that. Like we used to wear like some 80s, but like terrible 80s style fashion. Back in like the 2006. Like I had to be like a senior in high school, so 2006, 2007.
Oh, I was a senior in 2006.
I remember that's when everybody was wearing the fake see-through forces.
So wait, what state did you have to wear those kind of clothes?
Which state?
I'm from the South, baby. So.
Oh, you might have to then.
That's why I got some of the fake forces.
Dirty South.
I had them SpongeBob Jordans. I was, boy, them hoes were so fake.
Oh my god.
Like, boy, if you don't go.
Jazz, what about you?
I had two. So like one was like, like when Tumblr was like popping and stuff like that. Like I used to be highly into Jordans. I used to be like reselling shoes and stuff like that. So like I would like wear like the Jordans and like some like leggings, like and look like those Tumblr girls, like with the cap, with the hat on, like the snapback.
I don't know.
Like the snapback and Jordans. Y'all don't remember? It was like snapback and it was like Miley Cyrus made a song with somebody. It was like her rapping or something like that.
USA?
Like,
no. I know what song you're talking about.
Like Jordan, like 23
with my J's on or something like that.
Yeah, Juicy J and all that.
Yeah. So like I used to dress like that, and then another one was like y'all know those y'all know those belts that used to be like light up and like would say like your name or something.
Yes, I had
You perfectly walk around just tucked
in, right at the front.
With a name going across.
So wait, did you have to carry batteries for it to light up?
That's a good question.
Yeah, you had to put batteries in it, and it was like big and clunky, and like I just wanted it to say my name.
Yeah, I used there for like an hour to. I got my name on my phone.
Flex, bro.
To program it.
That shit is wild, man.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That is wild. Wow.
I wore that too.
That is hilarious. Man, that's funny. Before we get into the review, right? Because honestly, my memory's shot, so I don't remember being a part of any fashion trends, and I wouldn't say I was a fashionable younger Steen. You know, young Steen wasn't really that fashionable. Okay, she just wore. I kind of. Some people would say I was kind of like in a hippie-ish like type of realm with some of my clothes. I was like, okay, Girlfriends. You know the show Girlfriends, right?
No.
What was the light-skinned girl's name?
I didn't watch this show, so
Lynn. I used to dress like Lynn. I was like Lynn. I dressed like Lynn.
Bohemian?
Yes, kind of bohemian. That's what I was kind of like wearing and stuff like that, with like a choker sometimes, or the seashell net. I had a seashell necklace. I guess you'd call that.
I cannot see. I'm trying to picture you with a choker like that's
a choker. You gotta zip some pounds away. When I was this little, I used to be 112 pounds, baby. Okay, and at that time, that's when I had a choker. Now I think a choker would choke me, so I don't really know.
It'll do the job now.
Right? They take me out now. Okay.
wow.
But yeah. So before we go into the show. Okay, Loki premiered Wednesday, and a lot of stuff premiered in the past week. I want to let you guys know something. I watched The Conjuring. Bam!
I haven't saw it.
I did it.
I haven't saw it yet.
You watched the whole
I watched the whole thing, the newest one, and I watched it from beginning to the end.
I'm gonna watch it.
Okay, good.
Go, Christine.
Did you get scared?
I actually did not get scared at all. I did not get scared at all.
You know why? Scary movies don't exist anymore. That's why.
No, this is the thing, and I know Charlie didn't see. I'm not going to spoil anything from the movie, but a lot of people said that they didn't like it because they felt it was kind of slow, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes me want to watch it, because these people who love scary movies didn't like it because it was too slow. I think I'm good, and I was. It wasn't scary. There was like some moments that were a little creepy.
You like it.
Right. If I like a scary movie, it's probably trash. Okay. Outside of Train to Busan, that was a good movie. But outside of that one,
Train to Busan was great.
Yeah.
Best zombie movies.
Yes. Yeah. I would say yes. That's probably my favorite zombie movie is Train to Busan.
I love Train to Busan.
But
outside of the Dead wasn't bad. It was actually good.
I liked Army of the Dead. These two hated it.
Man,
We ain't gonna talk about the robot.
I liked it.
Are we not gonna address the zombie robots? Like, we're just not going to.
That's just the magic.
They're just there.
That's just the magic.
But that was what I think another movie did that to me and peed me off. Was it Day 20? It was something. I don't remember exactly. But it kind of just throws you in the movie. And I hate when horror movies do that. Like, how we get here?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, he did in the intro. It took you a little bit of a journey into how the infestation spread out. You just don't know how that one guy that started it all got it. Which I agree. I wish we got more information that way.
They definitely explain how it happened.
And we don't know how the robots are there.
She just don't want to let go about that robot.
No,
listen.
I'm not. How do they have glowing eyes? It's like people just saw that and was just like, oh, that's a regular zombie. Like, no.
Well, I don't know the regular.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. We gotta wait till the prequel and the anime sequel.
Which, I think did they announce it yet? I know they're doing Geek Week, Netflix Geek Week.
Yeah, Zach announced it. He said they're gonna do the prequel and then they're gonna do an anime style thing. I don't know exactly details.
I'm down for the world building. building. This is kind of like his mini MCU then, I guess. Like he's building up his universe, so to speak, in that way. But yeah. I did watch it. I wanted to make sure the record known that I watched a scary movie. Bam. So don't ask me come around October, okay? You got it. It happened already. Now, we're all gamers, and this weekend is going to be about the largest gaming event each year, right? Annually. E3 is happening.
And I just put a disclaimer out there.
Yes.
I'm a part-time gamer. The other two guys are full-time gamers.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I came for the 1/3 that's not
slick stuff, and I'm like, just want to put it out there.
So then this next question does not include Raven then, okay? What are you guys excited for now that we did get some trailers, we got some whispers, some rumors, some little things kind of floating around now. And it starts tomorrow. It's going to be the 12th to the 15th. We're going to do some of the streams on our individual channels and here on the Party Chat podcast channel. So stay tuned for all the details. That'll be coming out on socials. But what are you guys, we know Xbox has a showcase. We know Ubisoft Forward is tomorrow. What are you guys looking forward to? Okay. Charlie, you go ahead, go first.
Yeah, I keep hitting this mic. All right. I thought we talked about this last time. Yeah, I'm hella waiting on, most I'm waiting on is Fable. Hopefully we get to hear something about the Dragon Age. I don't know if and Pokemon.
That's it.
That's it. Pokemon Sky and Rain and Sky.
Yeah, Rain Insider, but yeah.
What about you guys? We'll go to our guest Leash.
Same Fable. I grew up playing Fable. Dragon Age, I just hope BioWare doesn't flub it up. Because I don't know. Those are the only two that I'm thinking of. Like, I just want like a solid RPG, because I feel like we haven't gotten a real good RPG in a very long time. Like, everything's been like mid, because I feel like a lot of companies have like basically gotten rid of storytelling, story building, character building, like graphics and just like I want a solid, like playing Mass Effect the remaster. Like,
was it good?
It is so good. It's like
I bought it. I haven't played it yet. I got it though.
I'm not gonna say it's like playing a new game, but it kind of is, because like they did a really good job with the first Mass Effect as far as like revamping it. Yeah. So like just playing that just kind of took me back to like when RPGs actually gave you interesting characters and good stories and a nice filled world.
I think the last time an RPG made me actually feel the characters and the stories, I don't know if y'all ever heard this one called Lost Odyssey, but it was on like Xbox 360.
I remember that.
That one, I fell in love with the story and the characters. That and Arc the Lab were the only two RPGs. I love RPGs. Those were the only two RPGs that ever made me love it. Like, all this story.
Yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to this weekend. I'm looking for all the RPGs. Like, I'm not really into first person shooters. I'm not really. Yeah, I'm just looking for. I need story.
You heard it. What about
I'm the only RPG person here.
Normally you are, but now you got a companion. So, quick question for you two. Elden Ring was just announced yesterday at the Summer Game Fest. Is that something you guys are looking forward to playing?
I still haven't seen the trailer, but once I check it, I've seen like a lot of people hype for it, but the only thing is it looks like a Souls game.
Well, I think it's around that type of realm.
And I'm terrible at Souls games.
I'm frustrated at Souls games.
I didn't even
Souls games are frustrating for me. For anyone who can get it, that's awesome. I can. When I see Souls, I'm like, all right, I tried it. Bloodborne was a soul wrencher. Okay. All right, in every capacity of the game, the loading screens, trying to play with each other, it was like a sacrifice. You had to like get a heart and like blood from something. No lie. Like you had to get, and then you have to ring a bell like 3 times. I remember there was a gamer we used to play with. Right? I was like, I can't. We can't even get all this stuff at one time. I don't know when I'm gonna get this stuff. But there's a gamer we used to play with. Me and him were trying to do it, and we couldn't collab, so we're just like, we'll just go back to GTA and play that and play together, because we could not.
Pause with a lock of your hair on top of the console.
That's the part I was missing.
A lock of your hair on the console.
Yeah.
What is this? They try to get you.
I was freaking you had to sell your soul.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
I was like, are we doing rituals? What are we doing?
I think I needed a lock of his hair, That's probably why we couldn't connect. And then ring the bell 3 times. But like you needed some crazy, like you do in the game. You need a heart. You need to ring a bell like 2 or 3 times around something.
What are y'all doing? Y'all conjuring console?
Right? That's why the first Conjuring was so scary for me because I was like, it's Bloodborne all over again.
Imagine your PlayStation like, yeah, we need to lock in your hair. You need to ring the bell 3 times. Like, what the hell? Like, game, bro. We need blood from your neighbor. What the fuck?
And blood from
Illuminati mode. Like, oh shit! Oh hell no!
Yeah.
Don't play that mode.
That's when the lights on your PlayStation turn red.
Oh, and then because on your PS4, it came out on the PS4, and you know how the light around the thing used to light up. If that was red, yeah. And then you just hear the sounds from the speaker on your controller. I'd be like, "Oh, babe, we gotta return this, okay? Where the holy water?" Yeah, out the window. No, because it'll still be outside my house. It got to go, all right? It got to go. But yeah, Dwayne and Jazz, what about you guys? What are things that after seeing some things that you're excited for?
I have to actually look at the schedule because I'm excited. Okay, I'm excited for Xbox, of course, for Halo, because I want to see like what the new graphics are going to be like and everything like that. Square Enix.
I want to see more Forspoken.
Capcom, because I'm trying to see if they're going to probably announce like Resident Evil 9 in a way, maybe, or what they're working on.
You think so? Right now?
With the way that they ended Village, it's saying that like basically like we're going to get another story after this. I don't know if they're going to
as long as they add Leon, I'm good.
We need or something. I don't know. Maybe they might bring them back. I'm looking forward to Nintendo, Bandai Namco, and that's pretty much.
What do Bandai Namco? What do Bandai Namco?
They have the the anthology series, the Man of Medan. Yeah.
Until Dawn, Man of Medan.
It's House of Ash. It's called House of Ash.
House of Ash.
Yeah,
so
it's like an anthology series, Charlie. They had their own like Until Dawn type series, Man of Medan, and it had
Supermassive Games. Yeah, Bandai Namco's the publisher, Supermassive Games the developer, and the same people that made Until Dawn. They have an anthology series,
I didn't even know that.
And they have a new chapter in the series coming out.
Yeah, so I can't wait for that.
I know what I can't wait on.
What?
It probably won't be E3. That freaking Evil Dead game. We got another trailer finally.
Oh,
they had Summer Game Fest.
I've been waiting on this game for.
I don't want it to be another final. Oh, what is it? Friday the 13th. I don't want it to be.
I think it's an actual RPG horror game because it kind of looks like I had it in my head. It kind of gives off like that RPG horror game a little bit, but it looks freaking good, man.
Do you think it'll be like multiplayer, like online multiplayer? Play through the story.
It might have a multiplayer mode, but the game, at least from what I saw from this last trailer, it like they made it as a one-player game, but it definitely comes with that mode. I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't seen enough. I just don't hope it's good.
Okay. Okay.
I hope to see some more Outlast. That new Outlast game that's supposed to be coming out later. That's supposed to be coming out later this year.
The multiplayer one.
I want to see what that. I need something to take me away from Dead by Daylight, so hopefully that'll be the thing.
Right. And Dying Light's supposed to be, because I know they had their event like earlier this year. And that one, I know the first one was a multiplayer. You could play through the story with your friends, I think up to 4 people, and it's a zombie story-driven game that has crafting and things like that, and disrespectful zombies, very disrespectful. But yeah, that game was a lot of fun. I know a lot of people, you said y'all don't really like first person shooters, but that Battlefield trailer though was crazy.
That was fire. That was fire, man. We watched the trailer yesterday.
Yeah.
Me and Sam got on our feet.
We need gameplay though. We tired of these damn CGI trailers that
I agree.
Have nothing to do with the game. The game
I agree.
Like damn, why can't the trailer be the game? Why we gotta get on to this?
I was
they're releasing the gameplay tomorrow though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I think so. This weekend they definitely should be releasing something in regards to gameplay for us to see.
I played the 4th one and it was really good. Like I just gave her a shot and it was really good, and I really got hooked up. And I think I've tried to play number 5 or something in World War and it was trash.
That's Battlefield. I think they called it 1, right? Or Battlefield 1 or something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember what the numbers because it was just,
for some reason they're pulling an Xbox. They're not doing the numbers in order, but it was like Battlefield like 1 or something like that. I remember. I know which one you're talking about. It's the last one.
Yeah, it wasn't that good, and I was like, okay, this is not the game I played before, so I kind of left it there. But watching that trailer yesterday, it looked really good, man. So we're actually quite excited over here to look into the gameplay.
Yeah, I agree. I do want to see gameplay, and I did watch we did do the Summer Games Fest, if you guys were here yesterday. And saw that, and there was one particular trailer that gave me that same type of aesthetic where you would see like the it looked kind of like anime art. So I was like, oh yeah, oh my goodness, what is this? And then the gameplay, it's like 18-bit or 8-bit, and I was like, oh no.
Wait, what game are you talking about?
Oh, I got it. Chat, do you guys remember? Because some of you guys were here yesterday when I was like really sad about that. But like, I'm trying to remember the name of it, and we'll see in the chat if they remember the name of the game. But like the trailer, you see like a man running on a rooftop, and it's like anime, and I was like, wow, I'm interested in this. And then it cut to his character as a gameplay, or like actual in game, and it was like 8-bit, and I was like, oh gosh. And so then it went to the next one. They showed you anime, like of them having their cutscene. And then, they said it's Metal Slug. That's what the chat's saying. It's called Metal Slug.
Metal Slug.
Metal Slug Slab. You don't like Metal Slug?
No, I'm saying I was just disappointed because they started off with like an anime like art set piece that you saw. And then it cut to in-game gameplay. And it was like very different. Very, yeah.
False advertisement.
Right?
Someone in the chat said something about Beyond Good and Evil 2 is coming out or something.
Beyond Good and Evil 2?
Beyond Good and Evil Part 2.
I don't know. I didn't hear anything about that, but we can look that up for we'll see this weekend. Honestly, we'll see this weekend. Definitely. Oh, I'm also looking forward to more information on Back 4 Blood. I wanted to play the beta, but I wasn't accepted. It's cool. But
that game, Back 4 Blood, I played the alpha that they let everybody stream, and they could have just released the game then and there. Like,
oh really?
It was so good. It seemed so polished, and the fact that they keep pushing it back and it's already a polished game, I expect nothing but like greatness.
Okay.
It coming out. Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited. I saw that trailer. I was like, at first you got a big guy, and then there was like a ginormous guy. Like, did you come across him in the alpha?
Yeah. So the ginormous guy with like the big arm, and then there's like this huge like one that's like the size
building.
One that's like the size of a building that you can either run away from or try to kill. So I mean, like, I'm excited. Like, I feel like that's gonna take the place of Left 4 Dead. A lot of people are looking forward to like the multiplayer mode. I feel like they're gonna put in, and because Left 4 Dead had like a big esports thing back in the day, because you could do like versus. Yep. So hopefully, we could kind of get that with Back 4 Blood. So,
okay, like an esports thing. I was like, after I've been seeing a lot more stuff about esports, and there's these different games because they have them for even like some mobile games and stuff, and I'm like, should I try to do something like that? I'm like, try to do some esports. Charlie, why are you laughing?
Esports.
Charlie, hello.
Fair for a lot of training.
Yeah, the training.
Yo, this is Metal Slug Tactic. This is about to be freaking fun.
Oh, you're seeing it, right? So the trailer, like when you see the anime part, I'm like, oh man. I was like, what is this? And then I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, I played this. Like the original Metal Slug. It's like a new age Contra. But it's so freaking good. But this one is tactical. Yeah, this looks freaking good.
But yeah, so just wrapping up the E3 stuff. Stay tuned this weekend until Tuesday. It's Saturday till Tuesday. And we're going to keep you updated on our socials on what we're going to be doing. And we are going to have some guests. Hopefully some of these people join us too. I'll hit you up after. And just asked on the spot. Leash was like, oh gosh. And then
I was about to say, I already answered my calendar invite.
I know, listen, and I even
the 50 of them that she sent us.
Right? I know, let me knock this out.
No, but Tommy, get this though, because like we have, like she sent some to the business email, and mine. So I got double. I got double what she already said.
Like
Listen, because one of you said to use the business one for you, and then the other one has a private email, right? So I was just doing what y'all asked me to do in the right.
It was a whole scene.
Right.
I was like, what?
When Charlie was like, "Oh, these 3," and I was like, "Charlie, there's more than 3. 3."
I know. But the funny part though, soon it was one time. I guess you had just said. I had just said out loud. I was like, God dang, there's a lot of emails. And like 2 seconds later, I think Jazz sent the text like, man, this is a lot of emails. I was just thinking that, like, jeez. It was like
Christine didn't say that it was gonna be that many. She said prepare for some emails. I think it's gonna be like 3 or 5.
Yeah, I'm already like 3
or 5. List of just separate stuff.
It was like page 1.
No, because all right, hey. I'm not doing. I am gonna be doing stuff every day, but I'm not doing everything that day. And what I did was sent y'all a PDF and was like, let me know which ones y'all are gonna do. Y'all didn't respond for 2 days, so I said, send the Google invites. I'm gonna text them in preparation beforehand. They accept what they want to do and decline what they can't do, and then call it a day. Because I was like, man, I need to organize myself. So you'll be seeing me a lot and them a lot. In different places. All right. So Loki. All right. For our guests, what we typically do when it comes to like reviews, we'll give like our rating and then like a phrase to summarize how we felt about the episode. And that counts as our non-spoiler review. And then we go into spoilers. So kind of heading off. Dwayne, I'll let you go first for a non-spoiler part of Loki. How many tricksters out of 10 would you give this episode?
9 out of 10 tricksters.
Oh, okay. And what's the phrase that you would say to summarize how you felt about the episode?
Glorious. Oh, you already know that.
Oh,
I was even saying it the whole time.
Right.
Let him say it. Say it.
I've been burdened with glorious purpose. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you, when we were watching the show, and when he said it, I was like, all I think of is a dodgeball, because he be saying it in Knockout City. For those who don't know, when we play in Knockout City, Dwayne will say that before he throws the ball to destroy you. Like, that's the last phrase you hear before you're KO'd and you gotta respawn and come back. And then your body ragdolled, like slow-mo, you know. So that's why I thought that. Okay. All right. Now, Jazz?
Oh, I gave it a 10 because I like it. I like how it's going. I like the way it's going. I like the feel. I like Mobius. I like everything. I'll say that in the
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And what's your phrase to describe it?
I don't know, a phrase. Like, I feel like, I don't know, like, what matters? Is the phrase what really matters? What really matters?
Okay. There's a lot of meaning to that. All right, Charlie. I see the eye roll. What's your?
Come back to me next.
Next, okay. Leash, what's your rating?
I give it like a 7. Ooh. And this is only because it's the first episode.
I'm not alone.
it's the first episode, so I got to see how it unfolds. So basically, my phrase would be, let's see how this unfolds. Like, it's a lot going on, but I do appreciate what they're doing with the first episode, though.
Okay, all right, Raven.
I'm stuck between a 7 and an 8.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, because I don't want to sell myself too much, but I like where they're going with it and what's to come with it. I think that's the big if, you know, what are they trying to set up with Loki, you know. I think it's very interesting that they're using this villain guy, this loser, to now do something that may lead us into a next. I don't want to go into that just yet.
Right. We'll get to that. Yeah. Okay. Charlie?
Back to me next.
No, you're the last one.
God.
You're the last one.
All right.
How many numbers out of 10?
I mean, you said how many numbers?
Yeah, like, what's your rating? First, just your rating. Like, how many tricksters out of 10 would you give this episode?
A solid. No, I just read somebody's comments. All right. But honestly, I don't know. I feel like didn't nothing happen.
He's not feeling it. He's not feeling it.
No, just say what's your number. What's your number? What's your number? It's fine. What's your number?
I said like a 3.
A 3.
At least.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
So that means at
least.
Yeah.
The other episode, the other shows I tried to watch, at least kind of grabbed me, but didn't nothing. I don't know what y'all saw from episode 1 that was like dope. I don't know what y'all saw.
We'll get into
I don't want to spoil it.
So okay, so for me, my rating was a 7. Mine was 7 out of 10, and my phrase to explain this is I would say retrospective. Okay, it was definitely that there was a moment that had me kind of like questioning religion for a second, and I'll explain why when we get when we get into it. When we get into it.
Like it was like a jump from like
deep.
we're
Right?
questioning religion today.
Yes, look, y'all ready?
Some more, because we're taking it there today.
Right? Who got the Bible? Who got the Bible? But no. So that's it for our non-spoiler review. We're gonna do because the horns are down. Oh, I heard it. Okay, yes.
Okay,
Spoiler.
Did you update yours?
You're going, sorry? A little bit.
Okay, don't. He's off today.
Okay, let him take his rest. Okay, little XLR, take your little rest.
Yeah,
it's okay.
you little buddy, go ahead.
Go ahead, boo. You have been warned. All right. Now we are going into spoilers. Okay. So, for me, I would say the main conversation that was had with Loki was like heart-wrenching, even though I give this episode a 7 because not a lot of really truly happened, in it. It was mostly a conversation in this episode. But the fact that he's like constantly having to revisit like, oh no, I did this, and he's like, nope, it was that was the plan, and he's like, no, but I did it because that's what I wanted, and he's like, nope, that was kind of the plan, and I was like, is there no free will? Like, is there no, like, your decisions are not really your own, it was just a part of somebody else's plan, so the thought of free will is a lie. No, because essentially that's
where she's coming from. I understand.
Yeah, because especially with Loki, that's essentially what he was telling him. He was like, because when he was like, oh no, I did this and I was successful, and he's like, no, that was kind of the plan. That's the reason you were able to get as far as you were, because that was the plan. That what are they called? The space lizards.
Timeline?
Yeah, the sacred timeline. The Time Lords.
Yeah.
Okay, I will say that's one of my cons.
Timekeeper. Which
Timekeepers? I think Timekeeper.
Timekeepers. They got the Minutemen, which are the,
I don't want no Minutemen.
I thought it was the same thing.
I was thinking 50 Cent Manny Man. I always thought it was Minutemen. But I was younger. The Minutemen are the enforcers. Then you got the little TVA agents that are like the desk workers. And then Time Lords are the main 3. I think that's the main 3.
They're saying timekeepers. Timekeepers are the space lizards. Okay, so the first time you see in the intro of them, I'm like, okay, you see them. Then later I saw tails, and then when he said space lizards, I'm like, are they actually lizards? Like, what do they really look like?
It's weird with that because when they did their little thing with Miss Minutes and she was explaining the whole thing, I'm just like,
she was cute.
Don't seem right. They had a big multiverse war, and then something happened, and then Time Lords, and then they put together the time. Like, so how does that make sense?
I had questions. The war. Okay, was it inter-real or multi-reality war or multiverse war where like people were fighting in the war? Because they said it was like timelines. They want to be the right timeline. Like, if you just stay in your timeline, then you won't know about the other timelines. It's gonna be okay. Like, why are we fighting?
What is that? What's that theory? Schrodinger's, whatever his name is, Schrodinger's cat, and that whole thing where if you put the cat in the box and you give it 2 meals and one is poison, one is what regular. Is it alive? Yeah.
Parallels. Yeah.
Parallels. Yeah. So it's basically like that. You're not aware of a parallel until you're aware of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Or like so the cat in the box, like the cat is both alive and dead.
Analogy will be like how people they say if a tree fall in the forest, but you don't hear it, did it fall? Stuff like that. Which like a lot of those are kind of stupid, but it's one of those type of things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But what did you?
When
you
were just talking about the free will. I think that's kind of deep what they did that with him, because if you go back to Avengers Assemble, when he first comes to Earth, and he kind of like is like, oh, like humans, you lot are meant to be ruled. So I think they kind of like flipped that on him and be like, nah, fam, like you ain't got it like that. Like you thought you had it all this time. We're ruling you. So I thought that was kind of slick what they did with him, like reversing the roles on him.
I agree. They took someone who felt like he kept saying, I'm a god, and they're like, but are you?
They're like, okay.
When he opened up the drawer and it was full of infinity stones.
Yes.
And the dude was like, yo, we use these for
paperweights.
I was like, damn.
I can't lie though. The way he killed, I don't know if he killed her, but the way he killed our girl was dope as shit. Like the one when he kept pressing it like back and forth. Like, I wanted her body to like blow up or something. But
oh gosh.
No, I like her.
I like her. Yes.
Well, I know, but he's a villain though, and that's something you gotta do. You gotta stop people around you. Like, so she's trying to bring him down, so he had to kill him. But
I don't think he killed her though. I think she might be alive.
He didn't kill her.
It looked like he killed her anyway. See, that's dumb.
No, I thought that something was gonna happen to her when he kept doing that.
I thought so
she
too.
was gonna go into some frenzy because he just kept running that thing so much. I was like, yo, she's gonna go nuts, or something's gonna happen to her.
She's about to be a baby. She could just be a baby just sitting there on the floor. Like,
Benjamin Buttons.
That's what I'm saying.
So then okay, does anybody know about the background? Like, how do they employ well, I guess we're kind of seeing that with Loki, how they employ people. They have like this interview.
From what I know, a lot of the people who are in the TVA are basically born and bred for the TVA. So they don't have like a birth or whatever. Now they do recruit outside of the TVA, but it's very rare. So basically they just exist to just serve time. And they live their whole lives. Like he said, I lived my whole life in a cubicle. He didn't know what fish was. That's because they never leave. They're just there to work.
Okay. But what about you guys? Like, what's a pro?
That would be so ass.
Like live your whole life and not know fish.
Can I go to any part of? Can I go to Pompeii? Shit. What
for your vacation.
Like, right. What the fuck? I'm just sitting here and clocking. I can't even clock in because time work differently here, man. I be working here for millions of years and shit before I get to die and shit. I'll be like, man, damn.
Do they sleep?
Does it really affect them?
I think they do.
I don't think they sleep. I don't think they sleep.
What were you saying, Charlie?
I said it won't really affect him though, because that's all he know anyway. So he don't know different anyway.
True.
Actually, you're right. Yeah.
True.
Man, I don't know. It's work. Sheesh. Woo.
Not a kid.
You'd have quit. You would have been like, get me out of this time.
I really think like one of them had like an existential crisis and just sitting there at the desk, like, you know, am I gonna do this rest of my life? Fuck that. And then go take a fucking.
I grab all them Infinity Stones too.
All right, take one of them, go to the timeline, fuck it up. I think so. I think that's what happened.
And I ain't gonna cap. That was the part that really made, like, the very beginning made me stop paying attention. Like, it grabbed me really quick and then let me go really quick. And I was like, no, but this point I was like, this is trash. It's stupid. Because, all right, so we all know the stone's like really important. Like, he easily got his hand on one. Easily got one, teleported away. Soon as he came back, he wasn't even trying to get it. He just stood on the rock and started trying to talk to the people. I'm like, no, when you want to get that, like, ASAP, like, that's hella powerful. And he just, like, let it go, blah, 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 start talking. And then he's like, oh, let me get it. Then they came and took it. And at that point, I was like, you know, this is dumb. Like, no. If that stone is that powerful, you're not going to let that stone just go. Like, nope.
You're talking about when they first took it away to evidence?
At the very beginning. Because I was like, oh, this is about to be dumb. I was like, hell no. Ain't no way nobody.
Had it in his possession.
He did. Remember, when he got it and he teleported away to that little desert-looking part, and then when he landed, he was like, start talking to sit on the rock, and that's when he said, you're saying. And he said, you're saying, instead of getting this, I'm like, bro, I'm like, what the hell?
Oh, okay. I got you.
He like, these are humans.
But still, if you know how powerful that is, though, you're not letting that go.
I'm thinking, like, for Loki, it's like he has to establish first that he's a god to the people that are
that's his ego thing.
He's
you know
just
what I'm
like,
saying?
he's just like, okay, they're regular humans here, but like, let me let you know right now that I'm a god, okay? And I will rule over you, and then I'll get to the stone.
That's one thing I will say. I agree. I would say I do agree with Charlie.
I would have grabbed that.
I do agree with Charlie because I thought one of the things when he lands, you land, right? You were just arrested. Out of this weird thing, you land, right? And then he sees people and it's like, oh, let me run on this rock really quick and go talk to him. And I was like, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah, but that's Loki though. That's Loki's whole existence.
They kill each other for this stone. Like it's no way.
Yeah, but if you think about it, when the TVA came through the portal, he was like, yo, like, you guys can't mess with me. That's like, because he's so fixated on that idea of, yo, it was about his ego. And you're on planet Earth. He's not expecting someone else to come through unless it's Thanos and these people.
Either. But if you look at your situation you just made it out of, though, you would know that you're touchable. Like,
but that just speaks volumes of who Loki is. Like, Loki's just not that person.
Delusional. Like, yo, you are an ant. What is a boot? What is an ant to a boot? You know? Do you? You know? Let me hit you up. That's Loki. Do you care?
But think about it. But look at the previous situation though. He was just trapped by them same thing.
He still.
Yo, he just put the thing up. Yo.
All I know is if I'm arrested. All I know is this: if I'm arrested, like, damn, they finally got me.
But did you hear what he said? But did you hear what he was on trial? Did you hear what he said he was on trial? Obviously, they must have time traveled, because I must have been whooping ass in the future, so they had to go back.
But let me finish. What I'm saying though, if I'm arrested, like, damn, they finally got me. It's a GG, and I just happen to just fall upon the stone that everybody's been killing just for, and I finally get it. I'm not letting it go. I don't give a fuck how big it is.
Charlie, but you have to know, Loki's ego needs to be filled, okay? It needs to be filled constantly. That's why he's always reminding people that he's a god. So he sees new people as he doesn't even know where he's at. He just knows that they're regular people. He just has to establish first, I'm a god. You feel that's coming out the teleporter. I'm a god. You can't mess with me. You get to the court. A god, I'm about to use these powers. Like, he needs his egos filled all the time. So that little stone that he got,
was stupid.
He's really just using that just for like extra power to reign over those said people that he's still talking to. So he still has to have his egos like filled, and that's why but that's why in this episode, that's why when Mobius was talking to him and showing him things that he did and stuff like that, it's like, no, you didn't do this. It's because the plan that we had is what made you do and what made you succeed and or lose or whatever like that. And it's like, you're not really a god that you think you are, because we're the ones that are overseeing everything that you do. And because you diverted from your plans that we had for you, that's why you're here in the TVA. So it's like, that's why.
You see how Mobius kind of put Loki in his place. He was like, basically, you set other people up to reach their greatest potential.
That
like,
was
you're just a pawn. Like, and that I feel like is what really like humbled him, because after he came back and saw like his whole life and then saw like, oh shoot, I die, and like he makes amends with people, but then he saw that he died. It was just like. And then he came to that realization, like, this is not what I want for my life. You know, like, that was kind of sad. I was like, wow, like, Mobius didn't have to tell him that.
And that's the setup for this new Loki. I feel that's exactly what you've just said, Leash. It's the setup, because if you just go back, like, Coulson told him, yo, you're a loser. When Mobius like, yo, you're a loser, like your whole life you've been a loser. So now he shows him his whole timeline, right? And it's like, well, I'm completely out of that space, right? And now I'm here. I can now try to be the guy I've been trying to be my whole life, but in a different way, completely out of time and space. And I feel that's what they're going with this series.
100%. That man said, okay, I learned from my mistakes, all right? I learned from my mistakes. I saw myself. Because when he was looking at himself basically get choked out, it felt like as though his future self was talking to him being like, you're not a god. Like, and then he's like, is this area is like the strongest place ever? Well, I'm going to get this area.
I think he's going to try to take it over,
Oh, hell yeah.
1,000%.
Definitely.
1,000%.
Because in his eyes, he's probably looking at it like, yo, if these Infinity Stones that I've been fighting and killing to get just one of, and they have these just sitting in a drawer,
like a zillion,
they must be more powerful than what I've been trying to conquer. So let me try to take over this place instead. So.
And they've established that he's pretty smart. They've said it a couple of times, and he's got his mum's side as well. Like, that whole side of illusion and stuff like that. So he's pretty smart and slick with it. So I think that's they've just laid out, and it's just a matter of seeing how they're gonna deliver it now.
I kind of circling back to what Leash was bringing up in regards to, you know, when Mobius said that your basic goal was just to help make other people get to their peaks. I was like, that hurt my heart. Those are one of the moments where I was like, man, I legit feel really bad for him. That the aspect of thinking he's doing something. He's got his plan to be great, and realizing that he constantly fails at what he's trying to do, and he sets other people to be great and to be at their peak. And I'm like, man, if that was my life, I don't know what I'd do. I'm like, you know, I give up at this.
I think that'll hurt anyone, because it's kind of like saying like you're basically a tool.
Like, you're a tool.
Like you're not even like what you think you are. You're a tool to make other people get better while you keep losing. Like that kind of sucks.
Yeah, like that's imagine someone saying that to you. Like that's just, I don't know what I do.
That's what happens when you've been living an illusion your whole life, you know.
Then I'm like, are we in the Matrix? Is free will a real thing?
He still has free will. Obviously, he still has free will because because of what they did. That thus changed the timeline, and that's why he was there. Because Lord knows if they never stepped in, what he would have done. He might have there is obviously a timeline where he does achieve what he wanted to do and takes over the Earth. Obviously, if there's every different type of timeline, he go crazy one of them.
So
I beat the Avengers.
I asked this question for you guys because it's something that I'm wondering, and I hope it's not the case. Do you really think that the villain is Loki? Because they said the villain is you, but then they didn't show the face of the villain standing through the fire after he just like brutally lit people on fire, you know? And he's standing there. It was just this shadow and a dark figure. I'm like, since you already just said it's Loki, why wouldn't you show the face? So it would be lame for me, in my opinion. It would be lame to be like, yeah, it's Loki, then not show the face, and then, oh yeah, it is Loki.
I didn't even think about it that way.
Yeah. Yes, Jazz.
I'm raising my hand.
Go ahead. Yes, Jazz. Go ahead.
I think that they didn't show the face because, like, well, me and Dwayne kind of been like looking at like videos about like hidden meanings and things like that. And if you look at his card, like identification card when the TVA took him in, it said that his gender was fluid instead of like just him.
Oh,
and so
yes.
There's also a female Loki in the comics, so we thinking that they didn't show the face because the face reveal is going to be like this is a woman version of Loki that's doing all of this stuff. So I think that's why they didn't show it yet. Not to give us all the stuff in one episode.
Right. Like, and that's what somebody had tweeted, because IGN had posted something about this Loki being gender fluid.
Yeah, that's his natural thing, because he can transform into anything.
Exactly.
So that's nothing new. Obviously, yeah, that's nothing. That's nothing new. That's actually going back to the comics. That's what Loki does, you know. But we have like a theory where we think Loki being in this position with the TVA, he's gonna go after every other Loki that exists, so then it becomes the only Loki. And this is where I feel like we might see different types of Lokis. Female Loki. You might see a brute Loki, a smart Loki, a short Loki, a tall Loki. Like, I think if they do that, that'll be pretty sick.
This reminds me of something. There was something that, and I'm trying to remember what story or what show it was, where it was somebody going after all of the other reality versions of.
You sure wasn't Rick and Morty? Because I think
maybe. Yeah, because there was a bad Rick and he was killing like the board of Ricks or whatever they were, the group of them, and like going on because he wanted to be the only Rick in the galaxy. Maybe that's. I was like, I've heard this before. Yeah. So like, I am interested to see how the season's gonna go and what the show's gonna but I will say there was a moment I laughed because when they were at the church and they're like, oh, he did it, you know, when they found the bodies of the TVA agents that died, and when they walk and you see like the mosaic glass of like the devil, and I was like, Mephisto.
Oh God.
I was like, let me call Dwayne and Chad and say Mephisto. And then something came up and I forgot, but when he said, oh, Loki, and my husband said that some people would, in comic books, they would call Loki the devil because when he has the hat with the horns, that's kind of what he looks like, the devil. So that's what that callback is. Do you think we're gonna get like a good pop-up guest, like they've had in each of the other shows? And I put quotes because like it'll be like Luke Skywalker, and then it was that chick, and I was like, who's she?
That was the worst thing they could have done, is bring Luke Skywalker into that scene. Jesus. Sick to my
don't
stomach.
listen to this Sith Lord over here, okay? He's a whole hater.
I think so. I think because there's a couple of words they dropped, right? Multiverse, Into the Madness. Now we all know what comes with those words, right?
Doctor Strange.
We've got Doctor Strange coming. We've got different shows coming through, and we know Kevin Feige and those guys love just setting up this whole Marvel world. They've been doing a great job with it. One thing leads to another. Past events are now being caught up today. So 1000%, I think we're gonna get some hot guests coming through.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get
one.
I like how they're basically setting up for, because like the fact that they're using Wanda, and then now the whole thing they're introducing the TVA and the Timekeepers, like, and nobody in Marvel never dies, so them bringing back Loki, well, except for Nightcrawler, but that still hurts my heart. But
that was technically Fox. It was technically Fox.
Yeah, Fox. Yeah.
So basically, like, them bringing back Loki, I'm pretty sure he's going to be in the next, iteration of whatever's coming up with Marvel. Like, I like how they're basically just setting up a whole new just wave of what's to come. And so I do believe that there is going to be, maybe we might get introduced to some X-Men characters, because I know that there was a time where the X-Men had came across the Timekeepers and whatever. So I'd be excited to see that.
I'm hopeful. I was thinking that that was one of my theories in regards to WandaVision, especially when she expanded her radius and it was affecting more people's DNA. And we saw what happened with what was her name again? Monica. We saw what happened with her. So I was expecting more of that to kind of happen and reverberate throughout the timeline of those people when they have kids. Because Feige did say that we're not getting an X-Men movie right now. It's not happening right now. So I think they're planning to just
drop somebody in there, just one person. They could do one person. They brought back because I'm an X-Men fan. Like, I love Marvel, I love the universe, but when it comes down to it, I'm just a hardcore X-Men fan. If they just give us a teaser, this is something.
Nish,
you know what? Storm is actually not a bad idea because of Wakanda.
Definitely Storm, but
yes.
Yes.
And, oh my gosh, she's so freaking.
I don't know, who would I want to see.
Maybe someone who messes with time. That would be cool. So maybe we'll see someone that hasn't been in the movie, but is with messes with the time, like travel and stuff.
I feel like they all time travel though. Like, especially like if you think about it, like Professor X, like he time travels. Well, that's because they have like a time machine. I don't know. Like, I just want to see, maybe they could even introduce Magneto, because it's like they already kind of sort of brought back Pietro. So it's like maybe they could give us a teaser. I don't know. We'll see. But that's just one thing I would like to see personally, is just them like give us a little bit more, because the fact that they're actually giving us things that's like characters like for real in the comics, like they're introducing not just Spider-Man, not just the Hulk, they're introducing like Timekeepers. Like, that's real technical when you get down. Mobius, nobody knows who Mobius is, like, so maybe we'll get like more of like that, so we'll see.
Speaking of like Mobius, which dope name, super dope name. It does. Every time you guys say it, I swear you guys are about to say Morpheus, and then it's just Mobius is what comes back. But like, which, you know what? He's kind of the same thing. Are you gonna take the red pill or the blue pill? What you thought was life was a lie. All right, he's kind of a Morpheus in this case.
Yeah,
but
he is.
as far as casting, kind of talking about the acting. when like I love Tom Hiddleston. I was like, is it Holland Hiddleston? Tom. I like Tom. Oh. And I enjoyed him from like I've been a Loki fan of his charisma, not necessarily his storyline, but his charisma until like Infinity War. Of course, yes, I love his character story and arc, but he always seemed kind of whiny as like his arc to me, because he's like, I should be king, I should be God, is kind of how he was for me. But the actor I loved. But when I saw Owen Wilson, I was just like, I feel like I'm at home right now. I felt like there was like a sense of comfort in seeing Owen Wilson. What about you guys? How'd you guys feel about like the casting?
That was perfect. That was perfect casting, because you got to think like just the sheer sarcasm. It seems like Owen Wilson never has like a normal conversation with anybody. Right. Like it's just nothing but sarcasm coming from his lips. Like, and it's just a perfect casting.
I love it because like me and we keep watching the same scene over again where he's like talking to Loki. And he's like, I love how you use like big metaphors to make you seem smart. And then Loki was like, I am smart. And then Moby's just like, okay. And then Loki's like, all right. And then he's just like, okay. What are we arguing here about?
He does demonstrate that he doesn't have to talk loud to really have the power. Like he does not really talk. He doesn't yell this whole entire episode at all. No. And like Tom ranges, he's whispering. He's like, spits out his word at people in anger. He's like, I will gut you like a fish, and all that, those parts. But when you have, quick, tell me about the casting.
Why you in the chat? You're not supposed to be in the
chat. Because I see a big gray purple, big gray box going up, and I was like, oh, who's here? And I was like, let me show love to the people in the chat, right? I was like, oh, let me make sure I show them love, whomever it is. And I was seeing, I was like,
read it out loud.
But yes, he shows that you don't really have to yell to have power, and I enjoyed him. Mm-hmm. I also enjoyed, and I don't want to say her name wrong, I call her the sister from Lovecraft Country. I'm gonna look up her name. Yes.
Yeah, we know who you're talking about.
What was her character's name in the I'm gonna not be able to.
She had a name. I thought it was.
Are you talking about Hunter?
I don't even think they said her name. Did they never say her name in the first episode?
That's Hunter, right? Are you talking about the sister?
We're talking about she came out the portal first. They never said her name.
Yeah, Hunter B-15.
Oh, that's her name?
No, that's that's her name on the show.
They have like numbers, right?
Yeah, because because I guess because they hunt. No, because because when she first came out.
Yeah, one me,
Loki, she was like, and she looked at the little machine. She was like, it's just another person coming out of their timeline. It's fine. She didn't make a big deal of it, which seems like this is what they do for a living, like on a daily basis. So yeah.
And her last name was Mosaku. I'll check.
Mosaku. Yeah.
How do you say it?
I would say Wumi.
Wumi.
Yeah.
Wumi. Okay.
Yeah.
Mosaku. Yeah, I love seeing her because I loved, even though I didn't agree with the stuff her character did in Lovecraft Country. Okay, but I enjoyed seeing that actress, and I enjoyed. Like when she did what she did, even though I didn't agree with it, I enjoyed her execution as an actress, and I think she was a great role in Lovecraft Country. So when I saw her in this, I was like, yeah, she's a part of. One of the things when I see one of my favorites or somebody I like in the Marvel universe, I'm like, they'll never die. They'll be here forever. They'll be a part of this thing forever.
Quick question: how did that turn out? Because we had Love Country here for a while. It wasn't something that we had access to every day. I think I watched like halfway through it. How did the whole thing end?
That's not something we can explain. You gonna have to watch that ending. Because if I tell you how it ends, if I tell you how it ends, you'd be like, wait a minute, what? It does end very crazily, and it's a great ride. But that ending I was like, okay, hold on, wait, I have a couple questions. Right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, because that's one of the struggles of being over here. You can't have access to everything all the time.
So even though it comes out on like HBO Max or something like that, you guys don't get that access right away?
No, so basically, the companies a couple of years ago, they made a deal with the main supplier here, right? And this is before the whole streaming service came to dominate the industry, right? So anything that would come up for them, they would send it over here via this channel, whatever, which was like it's like a box, I guess.
Yeah.
What the
So
hell?
and then through that, if you didn't have that, if you wanted to watch online, they would send it to Now TV. But Now TV, what they do is they give you like, I don't know, 2 weeks to watch a show. After that, it's gone.
Oh.
Right? And it's like,
So you can't go
well,
back and watch like any of like your old favorites or nothing.
not some of them stay, but some of them that if it's like something that just came out, like Lovecraft Country, then it'll be there for like a month and then it'll be gone. And then they might come back, they might bring it back.
I think it's time to get a
back
VPN.
since.
Yeah.
I think
I was
it's
about to
time
say,
to
like, well, I was about to say, what happens if you like find like Google links? Like, can you find like Google links instead of
Mate,
that way?
you know what? Because it like, you know, with us, yeah, because we watch so many programs, we ain't got time to be chasing after that shit, man. Like, if you're here, we'll watch it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if not, listen, we gotta keep moving because there's other shows for us to watch.
Right,
instead of
right,
wasting
right.
time trying to do VPNs and stuff like that.
That changes the way you watch things
You're
when
about
you
that
have it
life.
that like,
You
yeah.
say you about that life.
You about-
Like, we knock at your door. Hey, man. What was this? Lovecraft Country. Season 2, this is out on the ground.
This ain't even been casted yet. How you get season 2?
I ain't gonna lie, because sometimes I tell you what, sometimes we get stuff sent to us like early, and then all you see in the comments, how did these guys get it so early? Where can I watch in the UK?
Man,
it's
I'll
like,
be
you guys VPN in the thing?
There again.
What'd you say?
Mari season 2, bro. I got Mari season 2. No, I'm
It's like
done.
USB drops in the UK.
Got that Mari season 2.
Probably gonna have to get an accent. Hey, bruh. Hey, bruh.
Oh my god.
Hey, bruh.
I got that US text.
You'd be like, have your own like website where you can have UK
God.
people watch stuff illegally.
Drugs, we having them shows.
Hey, listen, that's a good business, man. Hey, listen, we might have to come up with something like that. Hey, listen, there's money to be made on that.
Especially when you have a monopoly
Or
where
you can
one
buy singing
company
with
is
the show.
siphoning it through. I think that's
Yeah,
part of the
that's
issue.
weird, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's
Yeah.
so weird. That's so weird to even think about. How you got all y'all shows streaming to one service and they be like, you got 2 weeks to watch it.
How you gonna give me a time
Right.
limit? Like, what,
Right.
what
it's
if I
mad,
gotta work?
it's mad.
Like,
Right? I work to pay you. I have to work. Okay.
Right, man.
Yeah.
You don't-
And this is why we still don't have a HBO Max, because
Damn.
WB had the contract with Sky. I think it's called Sky over here years ago. So until that runs out, they're not allowed to have it here in the UK. Basically.
Really?
And that goes,
I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I can't lie. 'Cause it's like
yeah.
one of those things that kinda
Disney
force you
got
to-
lucky though, because when the streaming service were coming out, their contract was just terminating. So I think the first hot shows that came on Disney Plus weren't available here until 6 months later when the contract finished. Then they were allowed to have Disney Plus stream service in here. But it's peak, man. It's peak for us. Like, especially if you're making content, like, how are you gonna get a hold of these things? You know, it's mad.
That's great.
Yeah.
All that.
So, but Netflix, what about Netflix? Does it work similar or is that
Netflix
one?
is cool.
Okay.
No, because Netflix was the first streaming service, so they didn't have any contracts prior to that.
Okay.
So they just
But there's
came out with the service.
But there's certain things that y'all in the UK have on y'all Netflix
That we don't have.
on ours.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Y'all
yeah.
have Studio Ghibli
Yeah.
on y'all's, and then HBO Max we have Studio Ghibli. So
Yeah, it depends on the country and contracts and stuff like that with said companies, and
That's how it be getting me on the Netflix YouTube channel, because sometimes they'll post like trailers and then you'll go to watch and it says not available in your country. I was like,
Yeah, that's why I watch the YouTube
Like,
videos
what?
show me how to change. But like, I be changing mine sometimes.
oh, you're
he said, I
India.
need to see this right now.
Right.
Okay.
You can get a lot of different like horror movies too. Like when you change it.
He said, shoot. He said, not this country. Bet I'm in New Zealand.
But
now.
which
What's
country
up?
you need? We got let me know. That's funny. That's
Charlie,
funny.
me and you definitely need to talk because you seem to be the person to
He's
talk.
got the. It's already documented on this live stream.
You let this keep going. We on a live podcast.
Right?
About what we're doing.
Right?
Hey, listen, life is hard over here,
And
man.
we're not as invisible as we thought, Charlie. Okay. So.
Right.
Hard times trying to be a creator over here in the UK. I'll tell you that much.
Charlie could be our sensei.
1000%.
Well, at least for the stock stuff, I want to have a conversation. But anyways, so for Loki, we already did give our ratings, right, and how we felt about it. And do you think for those of us that were lower than, because I think you guys gave it a 9 and a 10, and the rest of us gave it like a 7 and a 3.
The big 3.
A 3.
I only picked 3 because someone in the comments said something else before they got to me. They was like, "Watch Charlie pick a solid negative 3." That's the only reason why I said 3.
So for those of us who, the 7 and the 3, which together equals 10, so maybe we're right there with Dwayne. But like, what do you guys think that there's anything that could happen, or if so, what do you think will happen to maybe change your rating for future episodes? What do you think you would need to make it better for you? Leash, we'll start with you.
I just need to see more of it. I'm always skeptical during the first episode of any show. And it's so bad. Like if you don't catch me like within, I give a show up to 3, maybe 4 episodes. If it doesn't catch me, then I'ma just drop it.
I got you.
So if I keep watching it and more stuff comes out, it can't be a slow burn. I hate slow burns. Oh God, no. But if more stuff comes out and they keep my attention, then of course my rating will go up.
Okay. Raven?
To me, it's all about story and building the Marvel world, because like this is one of the sections in Marvel that I've never read, never cared about, and this is one of the things they do great. They take a character, they take a story that no one cares, no one pays attention to, and they make you care about that. So to me, and this is why I was like between the 7 and 8, because I was like, all right, cool. You guys came through first episode. You've explained how these things work. You've set the tone. You set up Loki where to go, but where do we go from here? And this is where I'm going to stand that line. And I want to see characters. I want to see where they're going to take this. I want to see how they affect the world. Because there's one bit where Loki was being judged, right? And he was like, "Oh, guilty of being a god of mischief? Yeah. Guilty of messing up the time? No, you got to blame that to the Avengers." And then they were like, "Oh, no, the Avengers were supposed to do that." So to me, it's like, wait. So you guys are picking and choosing what happens? So now I'm like, yo, I need to see the crud that's also in the TVA agency. Because the same way Mobius chose to take Loki, because when he went to the judge, she was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And he was like, "Yeah." That means you have preferences to what you want to do. Certain people have certain powers to do what they want to do. I want to see crud within the agency. I want to see that,
Okay. Like some darkness and mystery.
1000%.
Okay.
Shout out to the Sith Lords out there.
This man right here. Listen, what I'm gonna do on this show is I'm gonna do a Mandalorian rewatch, and I'm a Raven. You gonna be my guest for that, okay?
Okay. 1000. Wait. Yeah. All right.
Because I was not a fan, and so I'm gonna have to rewatch and yeah, okay, yeah. I just want to see that face. I didn't see season 2. I saw season 1, and then I was like, "Oh, you see? Look at the light behind him! Look at the light behind him!"
What's you talking about?
Mandalorian.
Christine, season 2 was better than season 1. Okay?
I've heard that, so I will watch. I did see the little Ahsoka scene, and I'm all for Ahsoka. Okay, Ahsoka's my bae. All right, that's my boo.
Come on, man.
I just want to piggyback off what he said because if you think about it, Cap went back in time and spent time with Peggy Carter. He wasn't supposed to do that.
And they didn't
That's
arrest
breaking
him.
off another timeline for sure. He's not supposed. Yeah, we had conversations about this before.
Man,
Did he know 9/11?
yes.
Wait, what
Yep.
else?
Yeah.
When he knows all this is gonna happen.
This is like when we brought up the Eternals, like when we saw the Eternals trailer, and it was like, this is like post, Thanos, what he did. So it was just like, okay, so y'all were watching all of this stuff unfold, didn't help not a soul, and just watched this get dusted away. Like, so it's kind of like, if it was me, if I was an Avenger, I feel kind of salty seeing them come down and be like, oh, well, now I'm here to help you guys. Like, nah, where was y'all like years ago?
I got you.
Five years ago.
Like,
Five
and y'all just
years,
sitting
bro.
there watching with popcorn up in who knows where. Like, no.
Yeah.
I got you. And they did say, they summed it up with that cheap line, like, we didn't help before, but now we do. And I'm like, okay.
I don't want your help now, because it shows me that you won't let me die. So it's like, I don't know.
Right, I don't trust you.
I don't trust you. I don't like
Don't
y'all.
trust you at all.
I'm not gonna lie. Every time Dwayne drops like a little gem, I feel like pressing the button, but then I remember that
yours doesn't work.
it doesn't work because no one can hear it. Because Dwayne be out here dropping some gems. I'm like, yes, brother,
bro.
talks.
Yeah, bro.
But it's true though. Like, Cap's not supposed to be doing that.
No,
Like,
he's not.
And
said the
I tell
same
you,
thing.
okay, yeah, because I went back to watch the Avengers after watching the first Loki, see if I could pick up one or two things, and I'm like, nah, these lot are definitely on some crud, And even when Loki's dropping that line, yo, I ain't got nothing to do with this. You guys gotta go and talk to them, man.
Yeah.
Listen, there's a lot of questions that needs to be answered. That's all I know.
Yeah, because like, how did he get back to his timeline? If he went to the timeline where he spent with Peggy, is that one singular timeline? And if so, it's definitely been changed, because he's just gonna be sitting at home on the couch.
Does that make him a variant now? Does that mean Cap is now a variant?
You know what? Listen, hold on. Because remember in Captain America and the Winter Soldier, they were like, where's Cap? Is he on the moon? Nobody knows where he is. And no one saw him die. He was an old man that was sitting on a bench, right? Gave Sam the shield. So what if? What if he's a variant?
A super soldier, so his longevity of life is probably, he probably can live to like 200 maybe. If we live 100, he might be able to double that. Shit, the other old dude, who Bradley, he was throwing the damn thing in the wall. He like, so he's still got the super soldier in him.
And he got a long time. Yeah, Charlie, what would make the show better for you, or make it something that'll change your rating?
Probably when Chucky come out.
Oh my
But
Lord.
honestly, I'm not even gonna cap. Honestly, really, I don't know. I would. It. No. No, I can't. I'm sorry. Probably if we do more villain stuff. Probably if we actually do villain stuff.
Okay.
I wonder. Maybe we might see some more from the. Speaking of powers, since you just brought up powers, do you think he'll be able to use his powers when he's out running missions and stuff like that? Since you can't trust Loki, so would you let Loki have his ability to do powers while you're on missions? Jazz?
Hell no. He's a god of mischief. Nope. He already took the dude's little thing.
Yeah.
That's with the lady.
And he had no powers.
Any powers, right? Yeah. So what do you think he's gonna do with him? Like, so no.
But what's the point of giving him a show then if y'all don't even think this dude gonna use his powers?
No, he's gonna use his powers, but not in the TVA, not inside that.
I feel like the
reality.
different versions of him are gonna use powers. That's what I feel like. Because like now that I'm thinking about it, like to what Geek Sensei was saying, like what if he goes after like the other variants, let me say that, of Loki and try to like get them out the way so that he's the only one. Thinking back to the trailer now, because we did see him like one time with like his head thing, and it looked like he was like in some office type of area, and looked like he was like
a party or something.
Yeah, doing something there. So I'm like, is that another version of him that we're gonna encounter? That he's like doing stuff and like he's trying to like take that one out, and like we're actually looking at the one that we saw in the TVA, like where he doesn't have all that stuff on, and like we're following that one. Go to the other one. I don't know.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I feel like his main power is being with TVA. Time, space. That's gonna be his main power, because I guess he can use the illusion stuff, but what's gonna be his main power for me is being able to manipulate time and stuff like that, because he's still gonna be on his crud. right? So
for sure.
I feel like if they give him his old set of powers, then what's the point of us being here? Like that Loki's dead. Like this is a new Loki, you know. That's the whole point of setting up the first episode. So yes, the powers, but in a different way.
I agree. Do you, Charlie? I saw that blinking.
Who was next?
Charlie, look at the chat. Look at the chat, Charlie.
What do you mean?
Okay,
Who
all
was
right.
next?
Listen, I'm a mama. Don't forget that now.
About the chat on here.
Don't listen. Don't forget I'm a mama. All right. So, for me, I would say I would agree. I would want for it to be better for me. I do want. I do want more. I am a little, like Leash was saying, kind of skeptical of some shows, even though I can go in there being excited outside of the lineup, like when they mentioned WandaVision, Loki, and they mentioned Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I was excited for Falcon and the Winter Soldier because the Captain America series, I think, has been the best cohesive individual story that they've done in the whole franchise, right? I love everybody coming together, but Thor 1 was Thor 2 I liked, but everybody else hated. And Thor Ragnarok was great. It was great.
That's the only good movie.
See, that's what a lot of people think. I like the second one, but because it has Game of Thrones like feels, and I love Game of Thrones, so I know that's just me. I'm on my own island. That's cool.
I fell asleep on those Thor movies. I did. The only one that caught my attention was Ragnarok. Yeah, with Hulk in it. All the other ones, like. That's why I was mad about the Black Widow thing. I'm still mad that she's just now getting her movie, and Thor had 3 boring
so late.
movies before that one. So I'm just like,
they did kind of interweave her in Iron Man. We were rewatching Iron Man and Iron Man 2, and they kind of roped her in there. So I don't know if they were thinking that counts as like, oh hey, we did it, box check.
It don't count.
Well, be glad that Thor got 2 crap movies and Black Widow will not have 2 crap movies because they've learned from those mistakes from back then.
That's true.
That's the only thing I can think of. You know, any movie that came out that was crap, that was a test run. You know, okay, we've done that. We don't need to go there again.
We still made that $100 million though. We good.
Make that money.
You know?
Make that money.
Get that money.
Right.
Show me the money.
That's true. That's true. Oh, I do agree. The first, like they're saying in the chat, the first Captain America was kind of boo boo. But when the Russo, I don't count that first one. When the Russo brothers entered the scene, that's when I count. You know, Winter Soldier, that movie was awesome. Civil War, which was a Captain America movie, awesome. So
Avengers 2.5.
It felt like an Avengers movie.
It did.
Real.
It did. But it was a Captain America movie, so I'm counting it for that franchise. Okay, it was good. I liked it. But so I think that's everything that you know what, Charlie, I can't stand you. Okay.
What you
in the chat. Like in the chat. So episode 2, we're gonna be doing next week. I think we have that set for, and I can pull it up for you guys right now while I'm looking at this, and we're all staring at whatever Charlie's doing in the chat. Episode 2, we're gonna be doing the podcast on the 18th, 5:30 again Eastern Standard Time. Jacques will be joining us. Also, Black Oni will be joining us for next week. I do want to thank our beautiful, awesome guests. I think you guys came with a lot of intel. I learned some things about the universe that I didn't know before. Great at the conversation. I hope that you guys will want to come back sometime. The rest of the season is still open, so if y'all want to come back for one of the other episodes, let me know for sure. But shout out to Leash, Capeesh, and to Geek Sensei. You hear it? No, we didn't. Let him take his nap, Dwayne. Let him take his nap. Normally we'd have horns, but we're gonna have to settle for the Christine horns. You know, those horns, okay? They're great horns too, I think, you know, but that could just be me. But make sure you guys follow them. Their links are in the description box below. Actually, no, I need to put them in. So when y'all watch the VOD, the links will be in the description box below. But J-Dog has been putting the links in the chat. Shout out to J-Dog so people can follow you guys, show you guys some love. Raven is also a part of the Cyber Nerds. Actually, you guys didn't introduce yourself. I am a horrible host. Raven, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like, you know what? Yeah, whenever I'm gonna say again, whenever I hang out with you lot, like, I forget about the other 2 guys. Like they don't exist.
They don't exist anymore. But go ahead, introduce yourself.
Well, do I have to give my name again? Did you even give my name?
I just do whatever at this point.
These two people, we
my chest. My chest.
Oh,
well, I'm Raven. For those who didn't get a chance to know my name, aka Geek Sensei. I'm part of a trio channel called the Cyber Nerds, and it's 3 best friends. We say best friends because it looks good, and we want companies to hire 3 black men. So we gotta sell 3 best friends.
They have a lot of love,
and we just
you can see it.
Yeah, and we just sit on this sofa right here, and we just argue about games, movies, Star Wars, comics all day long. We're based here in London, UK. Actually, we were supposed to be in the US this year, but COVID happened, so we're still out here, but we'll be out there very soon. But that's pretty much about us. So if you want to check our channel, it's called The Cyber Nerds, and The Cyber Nerds across all socials and channels as well. So I think we are at Cyber Nerds channel, a gaming channel, Cyber Nerds Sith Temple for those who love Star Wars and dislike Jedis, because we don't mess with them guys.
Because they only like the Sith,
and
tarnished-hearted people.
And my personal channel where I mix art with nerdy stuff.
He's a great artist. Great artist.
Oh, thank you.
I've seen some of his stuff.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see something else. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't just gonna put you on blast like that. Okay, Leash, go ahead and introduce yourself, lovely.
Hi everybody, I'm Leash. I am a Twitch streamer. I stream Friday through Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to about 2 a.m. So basically club hours. A lot of people know me for like my TikTok videos. A lot of people know me for Dead by Daylight. I play a lot of Dead by Daylight, but I am not a Dead by Daylight streamer. I'm just a person who plays the game every once in a while. I just started back posting on YouTube. I've been getting a lot of requests too, so I've been putting as much as I can. Editing is a B word, but
yes, and an F word and a C word, all the words.
It is.
Annoying.
Yeah, editing is a B word, but I gotta do what I gotta do out here in these content creation streets. Other than that, y'all, I enjoy nerdum. I'm not as into it as I used to be, but I am really into comic books, really into anime, of course, gaming. It's probably the most consistent thing I've done in all almost 32 years. My birthday's next month.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Birthday.
Yes.
Some birthday love next month.
Yes.
But yeah, that's it. I like to party and I like to drink not drink about. But I
you
like
already
to
said.
Little sniff.
So we get wild.
Little pinky.
I do a line here and there. But...
Are we doing tequila shots tonight, or that side of the question?
We do tequila shots every night. That's what I'm known for. I like to drink tequila. Let's go.
Which tequila do you drink the most, or which one do you think is the best?
Altos tequila. That's my favorite tequila. It's the smoothest and most affordable tequila ever. Like a lot of people like Patron, but Altos you get a big old bottle, like 1.75 liters for like $40, and it's smooth. So
okay.
Oh, speaking of tequila,
1.75 for 3.8 a gram. I was like, dang.
It's like 50% alcohol. No.
She just said a bottle. She said the liters, everything.
Listen, I'm sitting here writing notes though. Is that an ALTOS? Is that?
yeah, alto, like tall in Spanish.
Alto, sí.
Shit,
Okay.
Son. Oh, you are killing me, man. Well, I was gonna say you guys need to make a petition for Dwayne The Rock to start selling his Terramana here in the UK. I drank that shit. It's smooth as a criminal. Anyone had Terramana before?
No, I didn't know he had a liquor.
He has his own liquor. Damn, what did he?
I know he had his
I didn't even know that he had it.
You guys didn't know
I'ma
The
try
Rock's
it.
got liquor? Yo.
No.
Wait, you got any?
Listen.
Can you show us real quick? You got
Right?
any?
Do you have a bottle?
Dude, my sister lives in Florida, and she brought two bottles, which was a big mistake. I should have told her to bring about 5 of them. It's all gone now, but it's really, really smooth, man. I was like, damn, I've never had this.
I just looked it up
nice.
just now.
You put it in the
didn't even know,
freezer,
bro.
it doesn't freeze, and then you drink it cold. Dude, smooth, man.
Is it called Zoa, ZOA?
No, TEREMANA.
Zoa is his energy drink. He's got energy drink.
I don't drink anyway, so I wouldn't know. I don't know.
Yeah. It's called Terramana, man. Have a listen. It's the bomb, man. But again, we can't get it over here in the UK.
There's a lot
We're
you
like,
can
you
get over
know.
there, bro.
Oh, it's affordable too. It's only like
Yeah, it looks like it's like
Yeah.
It's cheap.
When me and Dwayne went,
$37.
it was like everything was sparkling out there, which we were not used to. Cause I was sick
Where?
one day and I was just looking
London.
for like some lemonade or water. They kept coming back with sparkling everything. I was like, yo, I'ma die. It like just want regular, like nothing added, just juice. Like please. I was dying for a whole day.
Facts. He said, yo, we was like, can we get some orange juice? They were like, we have sparkling orange juice. I was like, damn.
Sparkle anything?
I said, can I get some orange juice? Give me sparkling orange juice. I said, okay. Can I get some lemonade? Sparkling lemonade. And I was like, can I get some water? Sparkling water. I was dying. I was dead for a whole day.
Sparkling milk. How would you ask for non-sparkling water? Do you say flat water?
Still?
Yeah, still water.
Yeah.
Oh,
They make
that's
it
what you
sound
said.
disgusting too. I don't even want it no more.
Right?
I know, right?
Still water. I'm
You
like,
want some still water? They look
is
you
it gonna
up
be
and down.
green?
Get your American ass out here. You know what I'm saying? Your still ass out.
so I bet you drink coffee and not tea.
I bet you don't drink your shit sparkling, don't you? Like,
No. A little tear rolling down your face. No. You want some damn water.
Glory tear.
Oh, God.
He's like, I drink sparkling there too.
Oh my days, man.
Oh man. But
Oh man.
all right, so listen, that's how we are over here. There's structure, but also not structure. Okay, we like to have fun. Party
So we
chat.
go off course a lot.
A
here.
lot.
a lot.
It's less of a course and more of like points that we want to just try to make sure we get back to while we go like this a little
And
bit.
it's like if Christine, I promise you, if Christine was not here, we would be all over the place. I promise
Oh
you.
Lord, Christine, Principal AY keeps it structured, bro.
You're the one that
I'll be
keep
in the
us in
hallway.
line.
to some degree, some people got fast typing fingers in the chat.
That wasn't me. That was chat.
Okay.
I was only responding to questions.
I'm mad. I was like, oh, there must be somebody here because I see a box and a check mark in my peripheral. Let me make sure I show them love. And it's Charlie in there talking trash in the chat. As he's going
I was
up.
talking trash. They was talking trash. I was just asking questions.
Right. Okay. I'm mad they said that when you mentioned the rocks tequila and I instantly Googled. Y'all pay too much attention, okay? Y'all pay way too much attention, chat. All right.
Wow, what you Google?
Get it how you
I
get it,
googled the
sis.
name of the tequila from the Rock, and they were like, "It's funny how Christine instantly googled it."
Just remember with me when you get Christine, when you get yourself some Terramana, just remember I gave you the hookup, so by all means send some over across the pond.
Oh, okay. I get what you gonna handle that custom fee.
Alcohol across like that.
It's fine. I'll pay the customs. It's fine. I'll pay the customs.
Can I think I can, right? To ship
You
it, I
actually
just
do
gotta
that?
tell them
Like,
what
ship
it
it?
is, right? I think.
Yeah, you gotta tell them.
Yeah,
what it
you
is.
can ship. You can ship.
Out
Yeah.
of the airport. I mean at the UPS.
No, if they I'm
you
worried if
you
I
pay
tell
a-
them at
a
UPS
fee,
and then
that's
they
it.
drink it. I'm gonna have to go to.
They gonna take that out.
That's
No,
another
you know what?
issue. You know?
I'm thinking USPS. They'll drink it. UPS, no, they'll send my stuff.
UPS will drink your shit and give it back to you like it's empty.
No, USPS. USPS.
UPS, they be like, yo,
I know I order alcohol.
Right? No, like quick.
Look on their mouth, what the hell?
Nah, quick
I
and
broke your
start.
shit. Oh, he about to fight ego.
When it comes to like sending stuff, if you got something important to send, use UPS. Use somebody. USPS. Nah, bruh, they is not
Nah,
the one.
yeah,
I use it for regular stuff.
Man,
Regular
I don't even
stuff.
trust them no more.
Yeah, almost lost a whole MacBook. Okay, a whole MacBook because they sent it to Brooklyn. Brooklyn talking about it ain't here. I'm like, Ninja, what you mean it ain't here? Because it says it's here, and they're higher ups to like it's supposed to be there, but the people there are like it's not there. I was like, oh, we just got robbed. But luckily, some like 2 weeks later, it's magically found. Where? In Brooklyn.
Somebody's basement. Somebody's basement. Man, bust the door open for that. All right, we gonna
found it. We know where it is. But yes, we do love our postal service. You guys are awesome, and we have lots of love for what you do. We'll just put that
after all that shade we just said.
Listen, there's still love. There's still love.
Not all y'all bad.
You make fun of your
just
family members, don't
you?
You make fun of
right?
Some locations need
some locations like the still
switch.
Right.
Leash,
I don't trust
your
them
face.
now.
Leash's face. She's like, I shouldn't be here. Like the face that you're looking for.
I'm not involved in this. I like to get my parcels. Thank you very much.
Exactly. Like I need all my packages, y'all. I love you, UPS and USPS. We here.
I need mine. Got a whole Amazon list on the way. She's like, hold up now. I ain't part of this conversation. I got stuff coming. Hold up now.
That's so crazy. She's like, that is Charlie with a C, Christine with a C, Dwayne, Jazz. Those are the ones that you gotta go for.
Look, they could know my name. I said what I said.
Oh, savage.
I like my packages. Please don't do anything to them. Okay, so thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We had a lot of fun. After, I think some of us will be streaming some Ratchet and Clank tonight.
Wait, the new one came out?
Yeah, it came out today, boo.
Oh, fool. I gotta go to GameStop right now.
Charlie's gonna do loop. Wait, don't hang up though, Charlie, because the whole thing is gonna shift to the right.
Goodbye.
And listen, if you go leave, just leave your camera on, okay? Just go.
I did not know it came out today.
Yeah, it came out today. It came out today. So some of us might be streaming it, so stay tuned on socials. We'll let you know. And like Leash left her streaming schedule, so make sure you follow her. Raven also streams on Twitch. He forgot to say that. Check him out there, Geek Sensei. You can see him stream there. For Dwayne, Jazz, and Charlie, where can I'll let you all say it, like your Twitter link or your social links or whatever. Where can the peoples find you? We will start with Jazz.
Oh, Jazzy Guns.
It's like
I was reading something. I'm sorry. Jazzy Guns.
Read the chat, see?
No, I was looking up the E3 stuff because I was trying to make sure that I knew what was happening.
Oh yeah, E3's this weekend. Last announcement. E3 this weekend. Make sure you follow our stuff. Yes.
Tomorrow, don't it?
Tomorrow.
It starts tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
But Jazzy Guns on YouTube, _Jazzy Guns on Instagram and Twitter. That's it.
Okay, Leash.
Leash/Capeesh on Twitter, Leash Capeesh all together on Twitter. I mean on Twitch, and then Leash Capeesh all together on YouTube as well.
Awesome, Dwayne.
Dwayne King with a Y, not an I, everywhere on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, everywhere.
Okay, Charlie.
Hey Charlie X on YouTube and Twitter, basically everywhere.
Okay, Raven.
Geek Sensei across all platforms. Twitch, YouTube. I'm starting to stream more on YouTube because YouTube is showing us more love than Twitch. So that's that.
Little shade, little shade.
Trying to get that deal. But yeah, Instagram, Twitter is Geek Sensei.
Okay, and you can find me, iChristine, everywhere. iChristine Games also on YouTube. And yeah, we're out.
Peace.
Now I heard it.
Now you hear it?
Yeah.
I heard a little bit. It was like